Hey everybody, it's your instructor Amanda Burbage, and I wanted to provide some guidance for the MLA citations that you'll be conducting in all of the projects you do this semester. The guidance was recently revised in the year 2016, and so everybody, even if you're a master at MLA citation, needs to brush up their skills just a bit. So a few basics that I have pulled from the Purdue OWL, that's the Online Writing Lab website, is that you want to always make sure that when you're utilizing sources and writing about them in an essay or in an assignment, to cite your sources inside the text. So the basic tool there is to do parenthetical citation, where you use the author and page number convention. Now, you don't always have to put it inside of parentheses. Sometimes you can write the name of the author in the sentence, and then the parentheses would only contain the page number. And certainly if you're quoting work inside of quotation marks, then you will want to include a page number for your citation. Now, if you don't have page numbers because your source is electronic, then you can stick just with the author name. And sometimes the author name might be an organization. Something that's important for in-text citations is that you are basically telling the reader how to find the full citation in your works cited page. So MLA provides a ton of guidance on how to cite things in text that's parenthetically inside of the actual essay. But should you ever find yourself wondering how something should be cited, then always go to this guiding principle, which is that basically you want to provide the minimum necessary information so that the reader could then find the source in the long works cited page that you'll provide at the end of your essay. And then that reader could then use that information to go find the original source should they need to find that. And one common mistake I see students make is that they use their parentheses and they put those parentheses outside of the period, but in fact, in-text citations should be made inside of the period. That is the parentheses, author, page number, in parentheses, period, space, move to the next sentence. Another neat thing about MLA is that it provides basic guidance for every kind of citation. So here I'm just showing you some of the basic guidance. You're always going to want to include the author, the title, and where that information was taken, whether it was in print or online. So depending on what kind of resource you're citing, there are some general conventions. The basic book format includes the last name of the author, comma, space, the first name of the author, with a period, which is a separator. And then you go space, title of the book. Now, what you'll notice here in this example is that the title of the book is italicized. And that's true for scholarly journals, for videos, for posts. The title should always be capitalized. And there are some basic formats for electronic sources. This gets a little trickier with printed scholarly journals and with printed books. It's pretty easy. You know that there's going to be a page number. You know that there's going to be a clear publisher and a clear author. But online, it gets a little bit tricky. So there are a variety of guidances for electronic sources. Probably the most important thing is to provide the information about where you got the website, including the URL, but you get to take off that HTTP : // You get to take that part out. You want to try to provide a DOI or a permanent link instead of just a regular URL, because sometimes links break and those permalinks are not always available. When they are, you certainly want to use them. And maybe, one other thing about the MLA guidance is that now we are providing the date accessed. And some folks had already been doing that, but others had used the guidance of just having to put ND for no date. But we want to be able to show our readers when we accessed this information online. All right, so that's just a few quick slides that I wanted to show you, and I'm going to share with you one awesome resource, which is the Purdue, that's the Purdue University OWL Online Writing Lab. To get to this website, you could type in the URL, or you could just Google Purdue OWL, and it is the first one that comes up. And the first page, you can choose either MLA, or there's an APA style guide down here as well for those of you who might need to know about APA. And I love all the left links that they're using here. So depending on what you want to cite, if you are looking for an electronic source, then you could go there, click there, and just look for the example. It gives you the basic guidance up at the top, and then you say, oh, I need to I need to cite a scholarly journal. Well, here is the guidance. Here's the example that you need. Another really great thing that's helpful for me as a learner is that there are two resources here. One is a sample works cited page. So not only do I look at the rules and look at the examples, but then I look at the full example so I can get the overall format. You'll see it's double spaced and hanging indent. So if you don't know how to do a hanging indent, check out the left link, FAQs, inside the Tech Tuesday folder. I have a tutorial on how to double space and hanging indent your Microsoft documents. And the last thing I want to show you is another example. It's an example paper. Sample paper. There it is. Couldn't find it there for a minute. And I just love this as an example because it not only provides a good example, but it also tells you, in the colored boxes why they're doing what they're doing. And then you can see examples of where someone has, here's what I don't want to go past, someone has included the in-text citation right there. So that's really helpful for me as a learner, and it might be helpful for you. All right, so if you have any questions, make sure you get in touch, and please do, after you're done watching this video, continue on to the next steps if there are any for you to complete for the MLA citations. All right.